Scene script. Have you ever pondered over the true cost of everyone being financially responsible? Well, it's time to dive deep into this thought-provoking topic. In the realm of personal finance, the concept of financial responsibility is paramount. It's the guiding principle that navigates us through the choppy waters of economic decisions, big and small. But what does it mean to be financially responsible? And why is it so critical in today's fast-paced, economically uncertain world? At its core, financial responsibility is about making informed, strategic decisions that align with our financial goals and realities. It's about understanding the implications of our choices, from the everyday purchases to the major life decisions. It's about knowing when to save, when to spend, and when to invest. Recently, a trend has emerged that encapsulates this very principle, people shifting from homeownership to renting. On the surface, it may seem counterintuitive. Isn't owning a home a cornerstone of financial security? Well, not always. The truth is, the decision to buy or rent is not as black and white as it seems. There are a multitude of factors at play, and the best choice depends on one's personal circumstances and financial situation. The hidden costs of homeownership, maintenance, repairs, property taxes, insurance costs, homeowners association dues, and the often overlooked costs of acquisition and selling can add up to a significant sum. On the other hand, renting offers a level of flexibility and predictability that homeownership often lacks. Expenses are more or less fixed. Responsibilities for maintenance and repairs are limited. And there's the freedom to move easily, to adjust to changing circumstances or opportunities. The shift towards renting is a testament to the growing understanding and embrace of financial responsibility. It's a clear sign that people are weighing their options, considering the long-term implications of their decisions, and choosing what makes the most sense for them financially and personally. The decision between renting and buying is a significant one, impacting not only your financial status, but also your lifestyle. It's a choice that embodies the true cost of financial responsibility, a choice that requires a deep understanding of one's financial landscape and a willingness to make the best decision, even if it bucks conventional wisdom. Renting or buying? This question has stirred up numerous debates. Let's explore the financial implications of both. When it comes to renting, there are definite financial advantages to consider. Renting can offer predictable expenses, giving you a clear picture of your monthly outgoings. Your rent covers your housing costs, and often major repairs are the responsibility of the landlord, not the tenant. This can lead to significant savings in the long run. Renting also offers financial flexibility. Without the commitment of a mortgage, you're free to invest your money in other ways, perhaps in higher performing assets that could yield greater returns. Now, let's turn our attention to buying. Buying a home is often seen as a pathway to wealth accumulation. As you pay off your mortgage, you build equity in your home, which can increase in value over time. However, home ownership comes with a variety of expenses that can surprise first-time buyers. Maintenance, repairs, and homeowners association dues are just a few of the ongoing costs that homeowners need to budget for. And let's not forget about property taxes and insurance. These costs can increase over time, even if your mortgage payment remains the same. Then there are the costs of acquisition and selling a home, including down payments, closing costs, and realtor commissions. These can add up to a significant amount, making homeownership a more expensive proposition than it might initially appear. So, what's the bottom line? Both renting and buying have their financial advantages and disadvantages. Renting can offer predictable expenses and financial flexibility, while buying a home can lead to wealth accumulation over time. But it's crucial to consider all the costs involved when making this decision. While home ownership might seem like a path to wealth accumulation, it's crucial to consider all the costs involved. A scene script. Home ownership isn't just about mortgage payments. There are hidden costs to consider. Owning a home is often seen as a pillar of financial success, but it's not as simple as just paying off a mortgage. There are a variety of hidden costs that can turn the dream of homeownership into a financial challenge. First, let's talk about acquisition costs. When you buy a house, you're not just paying the price that's listed on the sale. There are closing costs, which can include loan origination fees, appraisal fees, title searches, and home inspections. These are all necessary steps in the home buying process, and they can add up to a significant amount. Then there are the selling costs. When the time comes to sell your home, you'll need to consider realtor commissions, which can be as high as 6% of the sale price. That's a hefty chunk of change that many homeowners don't factor in when they initially purchase their house. But the costs don't stop there. Homeownership also requires ongoing cash flow for maintenance and repairs. Unlike renting, when something breaks or needs updating, the financial responsibility falls squarely on the homeowner. This can include everything from fixing a leaky faucet to replacing a roof or furnace. And these costs can be unpredictable, adding a layer of financial uncertainty to homeownership. And let's not forget about property taxes and insurance. These are ongoing costs that can increase over time and need to be factored into the overall cost of owning a home. Lastly, there are homeowners association dues. If you live in a community with a homeowners association, you'll need to pay regular dues. These fees can be used for community amenities and services, but they're an additional cost to consider. All these factors combined can make home ownership more expensive than you initially anticipated. It's crucial to consider these hidden costs when deciding whether to buy a house. Hidden costs can turn the dream of home ownership into a financial nightmare. Make sure you're fully aware of all the costs involved before you make the leap into home ownership, because being financially responsible means understanding the true cost of your decisions. Scene script. Renting isn't just a fallback option. It has its own set of advantages. Let's start with the obvious: maintenance and repairs. When you're renting, these responsibilities generally fall on the shoulders of the landlord or property management. So, when the faucet leaks or the air conditioner breaks down in the middle of July, it's not your problem to fix. This not only saves you time and stress, but also helps keep your budget predictable. Next, consider the advantage of mobility. The flexibility to move easily is a significant perk of renting. Whether it's for a new job, a change of scenery, or just because you've outgrown your current space, the ability to pack up and move without the burden of selling a house can be liberating. This flexibility can also be a safety net in times of financial uncertainty, allowing you to downsize or relocate without the stress and cost that comes with selling a home. Now let's talk investments. When you're not sinking a significant portion of your income into a mortgage, property taxes, and home repairs, you have the opportunity to invest in higher performing assets. For example, you could put that money into a retirement account, stocks, or even a side business. Over time, these investments could potentially yield a higher return than the slow appreciation of a residential property. Finally, let's highlight the stories of real individuals who have benefited from being renters. Take, for instance, a recent New York City dweller who, after 7 years of homeownership, switched to renting and found financial flexibility and peace of mind. They were able to travel without worrying about the state of their apartment and had easy access to their savings. This is just one example, but it illustrates how renting can provide convenience and freedom that homeownership often doesn't. Renting offers a level of freedom and flexibility that homeownership often cannot match. The shift towards financial responsibility isn't just impacting housing decisions. It's also affecting student loans. The pursuit of education is a noble endeavor, but it often comes with a hefty price tag, leaving many students with a burden of debt. Recognizing this, the Biden administration's education department has taken decisive steps to alleviate this burden. They've enacted new rules to hold colleges accountable for burdening student loan borrowers with unaffordable debt. These regulations, set to go into effect in the middle of 2024, aim to enhance protections for student loan borrowers and bolster oversight over colleges. The rules have been designed to identify financially risky behaviors that could lead to school closures, requiring colleges to clearly communicate the amount of financial aid students are eligible to receive. It's a move towards transparency that's sorely needed. But that's not all. The regulations also tackle financial responsibility, administrative capability, certification procedures, and access to federal student aid for students without a high school diploma. This comprehensive approach is a testament to the government's commitment to preventing students from facing unaffordable debt. What does this mean for students? It means more transparency in the financial aid system, potentially less debt, and a future where the pursuit of education doesn't have to mean a lifetime of financial burden. When it comes to student loans, transparency and accountability are key. So, what's the true cost of everyone being financially responsible? Well, we've navigated the financial implications of renting versus buying, unmasking the hidden costs of homeownership, and acknowledging the advantages of renting. We've also delved into the reverberations of this financial responsibility on student loans. The key takeaway? The importance of making informed financial decisions. It's not just about dollars and cents, but about the freedom and flexibility that financial responsibility can offer. So, the true cost, it's the shift in societal norms, the quest for financial transparency and accountability. And that, in essence, is priceless.